You know, years ago, and on our website, CNN interviewed me when Michael Jackson died. And at the time, he had not, the Dr. Conrad thing had not come out. And everybody, you know, says Michael Jackson's dead, he died. And if you really look at it, even Michael Jackson, with all his fame and fortune, his family enabled him. The day that his doctor gave him those pills, that's not why he's dead. He's dead because he had a posse of people covering up his addiction, getting his drugs, delivering narcotics. I mean, think about it. Addiction can't exist without help. You know, fire needs oxygen. You know, people need food. Fish need water. Addicts need enablers. It's just that simple, and it is really that cut and dry.
You said he'll get up some mornings and say, I've been up, when he's been up gaming all night, and say, I don't really feel good. You say, okay, you don't have to go to work. Why?
I don't want to fight with him.
Okay, so this is about you, it's not about him. He's right, it is his mother's fault, is that what you're saying?
I say it's my fault. I agree, it's my fault.
But you say you don't want to fight with him, so you allow him to behave in this way so you're not inconvenienced with a confrontation. That's selfish.
Okay, I didn't see it that way, but I see your point. You're right, you're absolutely right.
You had to come here to figure that out.
I think that I've loved him, but I have been a terrible mother. I'll admit to that.
You just got to be going crazy here.
Pretty close to it.
He's working for you, right?
Yes.
Does he show up on time all the time?
No.
Does he work all day when he gets there?
He works while he's there, for the most part. But when it's time to leave at the end of the day, he'll grab the first bus out of town.
Are you just sitting back every day laughing your ass off?
About what exactly?
About getting this free ride. You're 24 and you're living at home. Do you date?
Yes.
Give me the pickup line. Give me the pickup line for 24 and living at home.
Hey, baby, want a one-night stand?
At my mom's house.
Absolutely not.
At my mom's house.
Well, Brian's house.
Yeah.
Same difference.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Do you take like a bike on a date? How do you go on a date?
Very seldom.
Your mom takes and their mom pick up?
Very seldom. I'm entirely too embarrassed.
So you don't date?
No, sir.
We ask y'all about a typical day in your life. Here's what they say, and I guess you dispute this. They say that you play video games 70 hours a week.
I would disagree with that.
That would be 266 hours of gaming a month, 3,192 hours of gaming a year. That's the equivalent of, well, certainly more than a full-time job.
Absolutely.
That would be 2,000 hours. So you would dispute that?
I would dispute that, yes. If you replace...
Is that because you're being defensive or because they're just making this up about you?
They're not making this up. The typical thing at home is, I don't like to intrude. I know I'm in his house. I'm already intruding.
Why, by the way, are you in his house?
Well...
They have these things called apartments.
I know, and I'm making just enough to not be able to live in one.
Actually, Dr. Phil, that may be part of it, but the other part of it is that I don't think he has the tools. I don't know that he has the tools to be able to get out there and find his way. And even he has said he doesn't have the tools. He doesn't know what to do.
Do you know why he doesn't have the tools?
Because I didn't prepare him.
And so you think two wrongs make a right? You're going to do this till he's 40 and then he's the creepy guy living in his mother's basement?
That's exactly why we're here.
You give her money to buy drugs.
No, not knowingly. I give her money, true, but never for drugs, knowingly.
Mom, let's be honest with each other because I really want to make a change in her life. You're giving her money when you know damn well she's going to spend it on drugs. You know it, and I know it, and she knows it, and she knows you know it, and you know she knows you know it. You're just pretending not to know it.
Okay, I can go with that. I can go with
Are
that.
you telling me that you have not given her money when you knew damn well it was not going for whatever crap she was telling you? You knew she was going to take it and spend it on drugs.
I have given her money. She tells me it's for such and such thing, and I don't know. I believe her.
You give her $60 for a hamburger and you don't know that she's going to spend it on drugs. Come on. Does she, come on, you two know what's going on here. One of you be honest. At least one of you be honest.
I'm an open book person. I'll tell you how it is. She doesn't see me like that. She doesn't know who I am. My mother doesn't know who I am. She thinks I'm crap, liar, this, that. When really, like, she doesn't know who I am.
You are all about
You're telling me that when
and
you give your
what's
mother
important in
some
life.
crap story about what you need, that she doesn't know you're going to go spend that money on drugs.
Oh, she knows. And she tells herself that maybe she actually believes her lies to make herself feel better. Absolutely. Completely.
The last thing I would ever want to do is hand her money saying, here, go buy drugs.
Here's a very simple solution. You don't give a drug addict cash.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm not giving her any more money. It's stopping.
You just don't give a drug addict
No.
cash. I don't care if they say, my hair's on fire, I need to buy an extinguisher. You don't give a drug
You know what?
addict cash.
Dr. Phil, when she was ending her job, in order for her to get to work, I bought gas cards, and I would pay for her cigarettes and hand her packs of
And you
cigarettes.
know what she does with those gas cards? She takes them to a kiosk, she cashes them in, and gets money for them. Do you not?
Absolutely.
How'd you know about that? I just found out about those.
Because I didn't just come in on a load of turnips. That's how I know about that.
My name is Tiffany, and I am a recovering drug addict. I was addicted to drugs for 10 years, and I have 5 years clean. I am not a doctor or a psychiatrist. I am an addict. But I feel like somebody out there needs to hear what I want to share with you today, and that's why nobody knows what to do, and everybody's running around feeling helpless and hopeless. So I'm hoping that by giving you some perspective from the mouth of an addict, that it might help and give you some insight. And it might not, and that's okay too, but I gotta try. One of the answers that I got a lot was let them fall. If you have a loved one who's addicted and you're running around chasing them with a pillow to catch them and soften their fall before they hit rock bottom, they're never gonna experience the consequences of their choices. And as an addict, we have to be so sick and tired of living that lifestyle that we want to make a change. And once we want to make a change, only then will we become willing to do whatever it takes to bust our butts for a new life. Which is why, as the loved one of an addict, you have to make sure that whatever you're doing is not helping us to continue living comfortably in that active addiction lifestyle. And that brings me to number 2, enabling. There's a difference between enabling and loving, and I can break it down and make it really simple for you. If an addict is happy with you, you're probably enabling. If an addict is angry at you, you're probably trying to save their life. Enabling, essentially, is loving someone to death. The thing about enabling, which this is the part that's going to tick some people off, and I'm sorry in advance, if you love an addict and you are giving them a warm bed to sleep in at night, you are giving them money, and you are buying them cigarettes, you are doing things to make their lives easier, you are not doing it to help them. You are doing it to help you. And I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad or feel guilty. I'm just trying to share the truth with you because it's imperative that you recognize this. I can't imagine how hard it is to watch your son or daughter wither away to a shell of the person that they used to be, to the point where they're unrecognizable. I can't imagine it. It's devastating. I'm just hoping to let you know from the addict's point of view so that maybe you can reevaluate some choices that you're making. Hopefully you can get this person on the right track to getting better. And you can love that person and tell them, I love you so much and I'm here for you and I will always be here for you. I just can't give you money anymore. I can't let you stay here. And it's because I love you. And that addict is probably going to call you names and tell you that they hate you and they hope you die. And you have to decide which is more painful for you, to be called names and have your loved one be angry at you, or to bury that person. Somebody in the group said, make sure that you don't cut yourself from picking up their broken pieces. When you love somebody, you want so desperately to fix them. But the truth of the matter is, as an addict, nobody's coming to save me. I have to save myself. You have to make sure that you are taking care of yourself. Another thing is you have to know that it's not your fault. You cannot blame yourself. My stepfather was a police officer. My mom was a paralegal. My upbringing was amazing. I was a cheerleader. Everything was good, but the problem was me, and the problem was within me. And there's nothing that my parents could have said or done differently that would have prevented the way that I turned out. It was just something in me, which is why it's up to me to fix it.
Wife Joanne were here on this stage in these chairs in just this last September with their son Michael. Now Michael said that he used ADHD pills to increase his alertness in school, which eventually led to an addiction to OxyContin. Now one reason why Rick and Joanne are sitting here and not Michael is because whether they believe it or not, whether they see it or not, families of drug addicts oftentimes need interventions too. In November, he was arrested. You threatened to give him a drug test after you found a needle in his room?
Yeah.
Did you?
And we thought, well, he's on the right track, and we bought into it.
You got him an apartment, and the roommate was an addict.
Right.
What'd you give him for Christmas?
An Xbox.
What'd he do with it?
He sold it.
What'd he buy with the money?
Drugs.
I work hard to create this. I bring you the top level professionals, and then you ignore what they tell you to do. If you continue to interact with him the same way you have interacted with him up to and including today, he has no chance of success.
We made a mistake. We made a very bad mistake.
When I said before, are you really ready? You weren't.